Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another edition of BadgerBlitz TV. I'm Jake Kokorowski, senior writer at BadgerBlitz.com, of course, part of the Rivals.com network, your source for all things Wisconsin athletics from the recruiting trail inside Camp Randall Stadium and, of course, on the court of the Kohl Center. Really happy to continue our series talking about some former Badgers about their journeys now, making their way into the NFL and their dreams and their aspirations. And of course, you know him. He, of course, 3-year starter for Wisconsin. You see him there, number 57 for Wisconsin. Big time impact player at inside linebacker for definitely the last 3 seasons. Welcome on, Jack Sanborn. Jack, thanks for making time, man. I know you're in California. We'll get into all that stuff, but for all of us that are experiencing this snow squall here in Madison in the Midwest, how are things in lovely California?
Well, thanks for having me, and it's been nice so far. I'm not complaining about the weather at all. Nothing like Wisconsin and the Midwest kind of growing up there, but definitely enjoying it so far.
Well, excellent, man, and appreciate you making time again with your busy training schedule. And let's kind of jump right into that. Where are you at precisely in California? What facility are you training at, and just how is that going so far in between a busy schedule that includes the EastWest Shrine Bowl last week, and then you got the Combine coming up in a couple.
Yeah, so right now I'm in Los Gatos, California, which is right outside of San Jose, and I'm training at a place called Cal Strength. And I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the group that we have. I enjoy the coaches and everything. We have fun, and we work hard, and it's a joy, and it's fun waking up every single day, and because that's your job now. It's work out, and that's all you're doing right now, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely enjoying it out here.
So if you could take us through that routine, what do you do? How is your weekly routine, your daily routine, and split up between, I take it you're not doing leg days 5 days a week, or you're not doing like chest days 5 days a week, but just how are things kind of broken up for you between, either conditioning, lifting, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, it's busy, but it's fun as well. I mean, we'll be on the field pretty much every single day doing some type of movement, whether it be like linear work, speed work. We'll also do some position work, things like that, football related. And then we're typically in the weight room about 4 or 5 days a week as well, doing a bunch of different stuff, whether it be like lower body, upper body, things like that. So it's definitely busy. And then then you got yoga and stuff like that we're doing mixed in there throughout the week. And so it definitely keeps you busy. Definitely is tiring on the body at times, but it's a joy, and I think everyone here is having fun.
Within that too, though, Matt, what does something like yoga or stretching do for an athlete with the training and exercise? Maybe these are what maybe fans don't know about, but what does that do to help you out, either recovery or expand upon your repertoire right now?
Yeah, I think it's all based about taking care of your body and improving your body, and in order to improve your body's got to be willing to improve. And I mean, if it's not capable of really pushing its limits like that, then you're not going to improve the way you want. So we do a lot of stuff like that revolving around taking care of the body and improving flexibility and improving a bunch of things. So it's just a little part.
And then, before we get into the Shrine Bowl, let's take a look at, I don't know if you can see this up on your screen, but we put together a little graphic for you. 45 career games at Wisconsin from 2018 to 2021, 230 career tackles, 29 tackles for loss, 11.5 sacks as a Badger. Last year alone, 91 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, a first-team All-Big Ten selection on that note, along with a bunch of watch list and preseason accolades as well, man. Within that, too, I guess with, you played in the Shrine Bowl, the East-West Shrine Bowl just recently. How was that experience and working with new coaching staffs, and how did that go?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was definitely interesting. I mean, definitely new things. You're in a system kind of for so long, so much about the defense and what we do over at Wisconsin. And then you kind of put into this system for 1 week and, 3 or 4 practices and then go play a game. And But I found it enjoyable. I found it enjoyable working with new people, kind of understanding a new playbook, new defense. And I mean, it's not like we were going into super complicated things. I mean, we only had a week, so kept it, for the most part, easy for everyone to understand and things. But, at the same time, it was a lot of fun. And working with some of the coaches there and some of the guys there, I mean, you know about some of the guys, you know them just from names and things like that, and then to actually meet them and talk to them and hang out with them for whatever it was a week, I found it pretty cool, a good experience.
I'd say within it too. I remember talking last week to Owen Reese, who obviously one of my old colleagues at Bucky's fifth quarter. He was down there and worked at the EastWest Shrine game and kind of talked about the differences between the teams. How did they use you within that defense? The defense that you were in, and just how different was it compared to just what you experienced at Wisconsin?
Yeah, I was in a 4-3 defense, which was a different kind of base defense than what we did at Wisconsin. We were a 3-4 base defense. So, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed kind of playing something different, and being in that 4-3. I think then it was really beneficial to me to show that I can kind of do it and play in that defense. And I was happy because then I was playing all three of the linebacker positions as well. So, I thought it was a good experience for me, and I thought it really helped me out.
What type of feedback did you get from those NFL teams, by the way, in terms of just how you played at those three positions, where they see you either in a 4-3 or 3-4 defense or both, or what did you experience, and how many teams did you talk to?
Yeah, I talked to quite a few, and that was an awesome experience in of itself. And then I think they liked that I kind of was in that 4-3 and able to play all three positions on that defense as well. And then so I think that really helped myself out. And I mean, just being able to experience that, showcase that, I think I did well.
And so you also had two other current former Badgers with Matt Henningsen and of course Josh Seltzner there. You had an old friend there as well, one that you had faced in Soldier Field last September with Jack Coan. How do you think those three fared, and how was it kind of getting together with the guys? Were you able to connect with the guys and chat a little bit between all the craziness down there in in Vegas?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, I wish I was able to see Matt a little more, but he was on the opposing team, so we were so busy all week that we weren't able to kind of see them as much as maybe I would have liked. But thankfully, Josh and Coan were on my team too, and so kind of after every practice, before every practice, we were together, hanging out, and yeah, we were alongside each other a lot, and I thought they both played extremely well, especially in the game too. So to see some of my good friends and some of my old teammates do well, you're happy for them.
And I guess for your self-evaluation, how do you feel you performed down there, in Las Vegas, and in terms of, did you hear anything from your agent as well in terms of just the feedback you've heard too?
Yeah, I mean, I think I did well. I think I made some good plays, especially in the game, and I think I had a really good week of practice too. And I know just really trying to focus on my coverage skills in that too, because I know some people question that. Wasn't asked to do a ton of it at Wisconsin, but I think I fared well and think I performed well.
And so, I mean, I know just a week or so ago was the Shrine Bowl, and then now preparing for the NFL scouting combine coming up. Just a couple weeks, man. It's Leo Chanel, it's Logan Bruss, and of course Jake Ferguson are the quartet of Badgers that are going to be heading to the combine. When did you find out that you were going to get in the combine, and what were your emotions? What was running through your head when you found out that you're going to be able to participate and go in front of those teams, all the teams, and try to make a name for yourself?
Yeah, I think I found out sometime in January, so a little while ago. I forget the exact date, but about mid-January. And yeah, I mean, it was definitely exciting, and it's an honor, to be kind of invited to such a prestigious event and showcase my skills and just being granted with the opportunity to go there. I think I speak for everyone that it means a lot, and it's definitely a goal that everybody has going through college, playing football, watching the NFL Combine on TV when you were younger. And so to be there and to actually go in there, I mean, it's kind of surreal, but at the same time, it's a business trip, and it's an interview, and that's kind of the way that you got to approach it at the same time too.
Now you've had a few, obviously, former teammates that have had, gone on to, be in the combine. Have you kind of reached out to anybody to talk about preparation or just what to expect when you're there?
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot. I mean, it's going to be busy, and I understand that 3-4 days, and so I think I'm prepared for it, and yeah, that's pretty much the advice that I got is get your sleep when just put on the best you that you can for those days.
Also, do you have goals set for yourself when it comes to what you want to run in the 40-yard dash, or how many the bench press reps of 225 pounds, and the shuttles, and the cone and the 3-cone drill? Do you have goals that you've set for yourself that you want to attain coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have goals early on in training, especially, what you're striving for. And then, I mean, as you kind of go through the training, those goals kind of, you're like, oh, I want to get here. I want to do this. So, I'm excited as I want to hit all my goals. I want to hit everything I want to do. And, make it a great trip for myself. And, and just like that, I hope I'm cheering for 3 other people down there in Indy too. And so, Ferg, Bruss, and Leo. And so I'm going to probably be with Leo quite a bit to see what he's doing, but I'm definitely going to have an eye on the tight end and O-line group as well.
I know I talked to Leo, and he said he was shooting for 42 reps of 225. How many do you think he'll get?
He's shooting for 42?
He told me 42. He said he thought the linebacker record was 41 reps at 225 pounds. So he's shooting for at least 42. That's what he said a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago.
And I hope he doesn't beat me by 20 then. He won't. He won't.
When, I guess, with that too, just looking at you and Leo and looking at your career, I know we had our player card up there talking about your career. Just how do you feel like looking back now? You go out with a win and obviously very successful. How do you look back on your journey as a Badger, in the 4 seasons that you were in Madison?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great 4 years, and I don't think if you'd have told me that I would have had the career, and I would have had as much fun as I had when I came in as a freshman, I don't know if I would have necessarily been like, oh yeah, I mean, for sure. It was a blast, and that's the biggest part, is that the relationships that I built there and the relationships that I still have, and the people that I met, I think that's what kind of is going to carry along with me the most throughout my life. And I think that was more important to me than any play in any game, and the people that I met there, because that truly is what makes Wisconsin special. It is what makes the program special, and it's what I'm gonna miss. Being in the locker room, just seeing them kind of go through their winter workouts right now. That you kind of like, oh man, it is. But at the time of life, and along with that, it was we did some great things out on the field too, and you always wish that you would have done a little bit more, could have done a little bit more, win that game here and there. But in the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't change anything about my career.
Now, you talked about, watching the guys, and I know we just saw some video, I think today came out, they were pushing the sleds. I'm sure that brought back some memories for you during the conditioning part of winter training and whatnot. But looking ahead, you and Leo are both moving on to greener pastures in the NFL. Who do you feel will, step up and emerge and continue the tradition of, for those that don't know, Death Row, the nickname for the inside linebackers group? Who do you think will step up coming up next year in 2022?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I'm not so sure, and I think that's the most exciting part about it all. Is I think there are so many guys in that room that now their chance is there, and now it's their opportunity, and it's theirs for the taking, and I think they're all in the back of their mind kind of happy that me and Leo aren't there, because now it's finally that people get to see what they bring each and every day, and I know it. Leo knows it better than everybody. How talented that room is, and how much kind of they've grown throughout the year, and I think that throughout their careers, and I'm excited to see how Jordan Turner takes that next step kind of through spring ball, and how Tate Grass and Muma and Cheney, my brother. I'm excited to just see how they kind of how they form that linebacker room, and how they kind of grow as a unit, and because it takes everyone in the room to kind of grow that unit, everybody making each other better, and so I'm excited. I think I'm more excited than maybe anybody else.
What do you see from your brother, by the way?
I can't wait to go back and see all them.
You've seen your brother firsthand develop in his first year as a freshman. You all played together for one season. What progression did you see out of him in his first year as a Badger, and what steps do you think he can take moving forward?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just the mental side of the game, and the knowledge of kind of the defense. And and he wasn't with, he was on scout and everything like that, but just how he was able to understand the defense, and at the same time is not really being in it all the time, or getting as much reps as a lot of us, or some of us. And how I would be able to come up and ask him a question, he knew it. And I think things like that really helped kind of translate into being a better player, being a better football player, because that what you're doing. That's one of the most important things, is what you're doing. And then and then just physically, just kind of being in that college weight room, and Sneak getting him right. He's definitely taking strides, and I'm happy to see where his career takes him. And it's definitely exciting. I can't wait to see how all them do in the linebacker room, and kind of just pushing each other, and trying to get better each and every day as a unit.
And then a few more questions, we'll get you out of here. Some quick hitters for you. First off, looking at offense in terms of breakout players for 2022, who do you think on the offense could be a breakout player next season?
Not obviously, can't say Braylon. I think he already broke out kind of.
Yep.
But yeah, Marcus Allen probably.
Okay.
You definitely saw a stride at the end of last year. Really getting a lot of reps, and kind of getting some touches here and there. And I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see him in the offense next year, and see how it looks, because he's a great. Got a lot of talent. He works hard, and as I watched him make plays in practice, and I'm excited to see how he does next year.
All right, flipping over to the defensive side of the ball, then, who do you think the breakout player could be on the defense that obviously needs to replace some key parts like yourself and Leo along both the secondary and on the defensive line?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the whole linebacker, the whole inside linebacker duo. Whatever two are out there at whatever time, if they're rotating a few guys, those two guys out there, because I think everyone in that room is probably pissed and sick of everyone talking about questioning how they're gonna how they're gonna bounce back after me and Leo leave. And I know me and Leo are a little pissed at it too, because I'm sure that they all got a bunch of confidence in themselves. We all got a lot of faith in them. So, the inside linebacker room is going to be strong next year.
Talk about inside linebackers. Your position coach was Bob Bostad. I know there have been reports about him moving to the other side of the ball to take care of the linemen, even though, just for those that don't know, Wisconsin still has not officially announced that. I know there have been reports by several publications there. But do you have a favorite Bob Bostad story to tell us?
I don't know. There are so many. Some of them I don't even know if I say. Just like in an But I mean, I love the guy, and I love the man, and being with him for 4 years, he was huge in my development, and having me grow, and he is just awesome because he was kind of that military drill sergeant where he would get on your ass at all times if need be, but at the same time, you knew that he cared for you, he just always wanted to push us to be better and better, and at the same time, I mean, he is super funny. So if anyone knows him, I mean, he might be the funniest coach on the staff, and yeah, gonna miss that guy.
All right, your defensive coordinator. Do you have any good Jim Leonhard stories that you? I know I talked to a couple of your former teammates back at the end of the last year, but any good Jim Leonhard stories?
I mean, it's just that he's a genius, and he knows. It was so amazing to me just how he knows kind of what an offense is trying to do, and then what our defense is going to do, and then he knows the players on his defense so well. I mean, we'd be in practice, and he'd be and we'd be going against the scouts, and he'd just casually turn around and say, "This one's going to be a touchdown," and then sure enough, it's a touchdown practice, because he knows that this play. And, or someone's not going to have their eyes exactly where they want to be. And, it just so happens. And, just how smart he was as a coach and, coach that you want to play for.
My last question for you, Jack, before I let you go, what's next on your schedule, man, in terms of, I know that you said the combine's coming up, but just, what's next for you? And, will you be here for Wisconsin's Pro Day then in March too?
Yeah. So next is the combine in about a week and a half or however long it is. And then, our pro day is kind of right after. And so pro day, is right there in early March, kind of mid-March as well. So, definitely exciting to come back and see everybody and, cheer on all my guys too.
Jack, man, as always, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you. It's not just tonight, but also throughout your career as a Badger. Always appreciated you making time for us and talking, especially last year where you were quite the center of attention on Monday availabilities. You were there, I think, almost all of them. So I appreciate your time and especially me coming in. I know we had, a thing at the end where I'm like, I'm sorry if you've been asked this before, where I feel like I always had to interject.
Yeah. Had a lot of those.
So,
you can take pride in making that too.
Well, no, like I said, we appreciate you making time for us throughout, man. Continued success. We're excited to see what's next at the next level for you, man. And hopefully we'll see you at Pro Day. Hopefully we're allowed in Pro Day. We catch up then.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you.
Folks, that was Jack Sanborn. Again, folks, check out BadgerBlitz.com for more. Coming up, we'll have some more interviews going forward. This weekend coming up, Michael Finley's retirement ceremony. We got a lot more coming up on BadgerBlitz.com this weekend and next. Stay tuned. This is Jay Kokorowski. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Be well.